Alright guys, sorry. Today's gonna be a Honda 200S day. S episode. And we have been messing with it for a while, been on a phone call. So, and I've been working, so we'll be a little bit closer. We have spark now. I've been messing with that. I got this gas tank all set up to go. We had it on. We had everything put together. We put some gas on the filter and put the filter cover on. I checked the oil the other week. And right now, everything should be ready to start. And the guy that had this before, he said this was his beat-around three-wheeler that he would take places when, you know, it was too nasty for the other one. So it did run. So let's give it a pull and see what happens. The old sparkulator's dry, so we'll have to figure something else out. Yeah. All right, here we go again.
Find out it's gonna run. Let's find out. On this episode, we start this up and take it on a ride or something.
Dad, can I have a Honda with electric start? Alright guys, good morning. Day 2, working on the 200S. So, if you remember, we checked for spark. I don't think we had any spark. I don't remember if Dwayne was doing the spark checking or me, but anyway, we did end up finding spark. I had the cover off on this side, the little trigger wheel cover, and I've got a screw for it, so we'll have 2 screws now, unless that's broken off in there. That could be a possibility. Anyway, we dumped some gas on the filter. Usually that's a good thing. However, this filter here, I think, is a good Bronco filter. Anyway, it is saturated still. So, we dumped a little gas on it. Didn't really soak the whole thing, but it wouldn't start. And the odd thing is, it didn't wet the plug either. But then we dumped more gas on it. Okay, we'll just soak the filter then. And that was that mysterious bottle of stuff. I'm not sure if it was acetone or gas or or cat pee. I don't know what it was. Anyway, the kids dumped it on the floor yesterday, and shavings. They made a big mess. I was over there on the chair watching the old YouTubes. Anyway, this morning I just pulled the filter out, and I think it's going to start. It's trying to start, and boy, oh boy, if it does start, we're going to slap the gas tank on it and a seat, and we're going to go ride. Yeehaw! All right, so let's put you on the camera stand on the tripod, and let's fire this baby up. Let's do it. right, guys, that is the end of the gas that was wetting the the gas filter. So it is time for us to put the tank back on. All right, let's ride the thing. All right, there we go. Doesn't run right, but it's hot. That, excuse me, that's a carburetor off my first Honda ever. The I don't remember the year. Maybe it was also an 85. It was a 200 ES shaft drive. And it kind of runs like I would remember. So, anyway, so the right carburetor is over here in some soapy water. I was going to just leave it in here. But I guess we're going to meticulously scrub the carb. It's full of just old nastiness. Not green stuff or white stuff, really. Just gummy, scummed up. Somebody tried with a screwdriver, and we'll go through and make sure we clean out all the jets and whatnot. So, and then we'll change the oil on this. We should be ready for the final ride, where everything's fixed except the headlight and the tail light and the plastics, and you know, all the other stuff isn't fixed. But the gas tank's clean, so let's drain the oil and let this motor cool off while we work on the carb.
We are checking the timing.
All right, guys, it is day 2 or day 3 of this project. We have an update that's not good news necessarily, but we did get it running. In the clip, I think it's the clip before this, you'll see me doing donuts in the driveway. Hey, be quiet. Jody, shh. So, as you know, we have Sheldon. Stop. Quiet. So, as you know, we got go. Get off of there. Can't just make racket. So, as you know, I have 2 of these. He's not going to listen, is he? The other one's out here. So, this is a round plug CDI. Now it does run. It starts up okay. I went outside to see if the other one has a CDI, and it's missing. It's a round plug CDI, just like this one. But like I said, it's missing. So we brought the other coil over, and I've been sitting on YouTube watching video after video trying to learn how to diagnose coils, not CDIs as of yet, but going through everything, timing chain, the adjustment, how to disassemble the CDI cover, and all of that stuff, all of that business. So what I did do is I took the CDI cover off, started it, and then I moved the timing around until I found the happiest place at idle, because at full throttle it sounds like a big semi-truck Jake breaking out of the carb. So I feel like since I've worked on the Kohler K series a lot, these big honking motors here, they use an ignition point system here and then a condenser. The timing is static, but if the condenser doesn't work, you get that same banging and backfiring, and it just won't throttle up. They'll go up maybe 1/3 of the way up or halfway. You can't get full RPM, maybe half or 1/3 of RPM you'll get. And then they'll just bang, bang, and backfire and make lots of noise and so forth. So, and this is really kind of what this is doing. So I'm wondering, I'm sure the condenser, if there's a condenser or a capacitor, it'll be in the CDI box. I'm suspicious it's CDI. Well, we got this great idea. We could steal the CDI off of this 200E.
It doesn't have the right plug.
Yeah, and it's got a square connector plug.
Instead of a round one.
So it won't fit. So we did order a new one on eBay. So I'll have to wait till that gets here. So the only thing really left to do in this case is to pull the top of the so we gotta pull this cover off and this, and then we can check the timing marks and make sure it's in time. And I haven't ever had this specific motor part, but I have had another Chinese Honda clone motor part with 3 bolts holding the cam gear on. So what you could do is you could probably take the inspection cover off of here and then reach in there, maybe move the cam or whatever. But you can take the sprocket off, drop it down, move it a tooth, and then put it back on again. So, and as long as you don't drop your screws down in the motor, you'll be fine. So that's kind of our idea. The other thing that one of the kids showed off, I wish I could remember his channel name, but he showed how to take the valve cover off, and then you can tip the camshaft. You can cock the camshaft over enough to move the chain without having, the danger of dropping bolts down in the engine. So there's not a lot of clearance, and I don't know the bolt torque. So I think what we're going to do,
you take these bolts off and these Allen. These 4 bolts and these 4 Allen.
4 Allens? Is it 4?
Yeah, 4.
It's either 2 or 4. But yeah, like Dwayne said, take the Allens and the... I'm wondering if this is a guide. This might be a timing chain guide. So it'd be the 4 head bolts and the either 2 or 4 Allen head bolts. And then you can pull the valve cover off and tilt the cam over. So there's probably enough room there to do that. So I'm not sure what route we'll take, but hopefully we can. I wasn't able to pull the plug, but if you look in here, you can really closely find your TDC. So the easy way to find the TDC is I just took my long 1/4 inch extension, dropped down the spark plug hole, turned it till the piston came up, and you can feel the valve pushing the engine off of TDC. So that would be your exhaust stroke. So I turned another 180. Now the engine is self-centering itself. So that would be your exhaust or your compression stroke. Both valves are closed. And then if we take the inspection covers off, there should be a slight amount of play. Caps. covers.
Yeah.
Caps or covers. Yeah. With a 15-16 wrench. So that really is our progress report on this. We're going to check
you need a down wrench for this. Adjust it in there.
Special tool. Special 10mm wrench for adjusting valve lash. So our TRX 200D, that has rattling valves, so we need to do that on the 200. So, but for today, we got a CDI box on order, and there's only one thing really left to do, and that is check the timing.
Yep.
And once we got that done, we're going to push this out of the shop and wait for parts, and that'll be episode 2.
Yep.
We don't have any plans to replace the plastics on this.
Yeah.
Even though we're tempted to, I think it's a little bit much of an investment because, well, obviously if we do plastics for $350, that means we need to do decals. We need to do the side cover decal. That will mean we need to do the handbrake, probably handbrake cable. That will mean we need to do, or at least the adjuster. No, they don't have the adjuster anymore. You got to do the whole handle. That'll also mean we need to do the headlight and maybe even the headlight cup. So the only thing I could find was pretty used stuff, $75. It's not cheap. So it's gonna make this 3-wheeler cost us right around let's see, 300, 650, and then probably another $100. So it costs us around $750, which I suppose we could probably get $1,400 for it. So we'd be doubling our money. So there's a consideration. We will be thinking about it. I mean, also plastic is going to mean we need to paint the wheels. We should paint some other stuff, maybe sandblast the engine, clean that up some. So, the chain, I was going to tighten the chain and just leave it like that without the chain guard. The exhaust is kind of gutted. I was going to leave that. It's not obnoxiously loud. I don't believe it's a straight pipe. It's just an unbaffled exhaust. So it's like halfway in between no muffler and a good muffler. So it's kind of cool the way it sounds. You can hear it. Keep track where the kids are at if they're riding it. Or other riders if you're riding in a group. So that's going to be the decision. I want to make it run right and then see about the next step. I did order some parts for now. I ordered the handle and the CDI box. And I taped up all the wiring and put it in here. I thought about double checking all the wiring, making sure it's making sure you got a flower for Daddy. I think that's a lilac. Lilacs are starting to flower. So I thought about taping up all the wiring and maybe tucking it back under the gas tank and then just taking the light. The housing's cracked and broken anyway. So we could take the headlight housing and just throw it away and tuck the wiring back under it. It'll just be a 3-wheeler with no lights. The shut-off kill switch works. It would still have, the headlight switch. So basically, if you were to buy it and you wanted to make it pretty again, you can just untape the tape and just bring the wiring up, get a new headlight housing. Because right now there's a reproduction headlight housing. It's the same one that I had for this one. So if you go watch the episodes on the 200E, you'll see what I mean. This headlight housing here is a bit smaller. Quite a bit smaller, really. So, I was able to fix this headlight housing and paint it. The update here, I guess this is going to be episode 1 or 2. Trying to get this back to life. I thought the front forks were in backwards. But I looked at the other one. That one's also the same. So I have a set of boots here I could put on. They look just like these. I wonder if these are eBay ones too. Alright guys, so we did we did put a reproduction carburetor on it, and I have 3 carbs here, and I had them all 3 on there, and they all do the same thing. So this one here doesn't leak at the needle and seat, so I guess we'll leave it on there. All right, that is basically it, though. Guys, we're going to try and keep airing the tires in this, and we'll keep moving with some new parts. And if you want to see more Honda stuff, come back again. I think we'll have a 2001 Recon 250 that we're working on. New plastics and headlights and so forth for it. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.